Hi everyone and welcome back to episode
12.
is it wow, we're
I
actually
know.
moving mad, right,
Oh,
episode
yeah.
12 of the Wake Up Podcast with your host me, Aisha.
I'm me, Lucy.
And today we have a very fun episode planned. We're going to talk about BTS's new album B.
Finally, it's here and it's good.
It's
It's
very good.
good. It's very good.
Yes.
We've well, at the time of recording this, it came out yesterday for us. But obviously this episode is going to be out much later than that. But yeah, so it's fresh for us reviewing this album.
Yeah,
How you feeling?
I'm feeling excited. Like, there's a lot of stuff I want to get into. It's like different and new, but at the same time, it's still like, yeah, we'll get into that in a little bit. But before, like, we get into it, how was your week? How have you been?
Work's been moving mad. So I've had an interesting week, but I've been getting into a lot of baking at the minute for a side project that potentially could be coming up. Oh god. Oh god. Sorry, I was on a late shift last night, so I had to close the supermarket. So,
Uh,
but yeah, I'm all right. Today we're putting up the Christmas tree. I'm very excited. We have two, so we'll put one up today, two if we get time. But I'm working tomorrow as well, so we're going to try and get it all done today. Because I want to
yeah,
put it up, because everyone else is putting theirs up, so I feel a bit left out.
I feel you, man. Some people wait until like the 1st of December, though, right? Like, I
That's
thought,
what we usually don't do it till like a couple of weeks before Christmas, but I just keep seeing everyone's got a tree up, and I'm feeling a bit left out now. So
yeah.
we said we'd put it up a bit early.
Do you know what is it? I think it's this lockdown. Like, everyone's bored,
Mm,
so they want to get
yeah,
up. So there's lights going up everywhere. It's mad.
yeah.
It's very mad.
I'm excited. And I've got some food I've got to go pick up in a bit as well. But I've got a trek for it, so that'll be fun.
Bruh, it'd be like that. It do be like that.
I do feel like
Right.
that. So yeah, that's how I've been. What about you?
I've been good. Just getting used to like working full time again. I am literally knackered every day after work. I come home, I have my dinner, and I fall asleep like around 8. It's quite sad. But
You've got no life basically at the minute.
yeah, literally. I'll get used to it eventually, but I'm just
You've got to get in the
rested.
flow of it. I
Exactly.
suppose things aren't like back to normal either because of lockdown and stuff. So things are going to be different now than when they are usually. And don't mind me, my hair's all wrong,
She's
the wrong
popping out.
part in. But yeah, it'll just keep changing as well for you because obviously with all different rules and stuff.
Mm,
So that's fun.
definitely. Yeah, it is.
Okay, toilet's yawn. Oh my god.
We're gonna be
I
yawning
did.
through this.
I didn't get bed till late either, so and I got up early. So that's fun. That's fun.
That's when we love
I
that
love being an
adulthood.
adult. I love it.
Gang,
Take
gang,
me
gang,
back
gang.
to uni where I'll be in bed till 10.
Literally, give me those
I'm gonna
3
have to
days.
do nothing. Oh, that was the life.
It really
Anyway,
was.
anyway,
Yeah.
let's start with what. Let me just talk a bit about like what the album is and the tracks. So, obviously, the album is called B, and it's all this like play on to be, and all these kind of ideas and who you are and blah blah blah, all that jazz. And there's 8 tracks on the album, one which we already know about because it was like really big, because Dynamite, it was all in English and they promoted it a lot. There is one skit on it as well, where basically it's like not a song, it's more like talking and stuff. um and the album is kind of like a reflection of BTS's inner emotions and thoughts throughout lockdown and how they coped and how the world is coping with that. So that's a bit about the album in general. Um, so what did you think the first time you listened to the album?
Um, well, it's kind of hard to like put it into words. I've only listened to it like twice through because, yeah, I got home from work yesterday. I was really tired, so I listened to it and then I listened to it again this morning. but like just first impressions, it's very like fresh, I would
Mm.
say, because I feel like they know about lockdown. Everyone's been kind of down in the dump, so it's got like a variety of genres and emotions, like all BTS albums do. But yeah, it was just like a nice pick me up sort of thing. It was quite short
Mm.
and cute, but I really
Yeah,
liked it. Yeah.
I think on first impressions when they released the track list, I was quite shocked at how short the album had been. Um, Not like in a bad way. I just thought there would have been more, and obviously because you got the skit, you don't get another song. Um, and it is quite a short album. Every time I listen to it, it's like it feels like it's over quite quickly.
Yeah.
Which is not like a criticism. It's just something I've noticed when I'm listening to it. I think when I listened to it for the first time, I woke up yesterday morning late because I had to go into work late. And I got up and the music video was out, the album was out. I was like, whoa, 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 what's going on here?
Literally, because
Because I
what
thought
don't
it
they
was like coming out.
usually
Yeah,
they
isn't
usually
it
put stuff
usually out
out at
later?
10? Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was usually later. So I'm like, whoa, 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 what's going on here?
Stress.
So I was listening to it. I started listening to Life Goes On first, but then I couldn't really I wanted to watch the music video first, which I'm glad I did. Which we'll get into in a bit. But I think for me, I felt a bit gloomy this past week just because of like things that are going on and um stuff like that. So when I was listening to it, it didn't make me feel gloomy, but like I felt like those emotions that I was feeling were like reflecting in the songs.
Yeah.
Um and it was kind of at first it was kind of weird because it's not like it's a happy album and it's not that it's a sad album. It's got a bit of like a mix of both things. So it's not that it's confusing, but at first it was like swapping from like one half of the album is like one total vibe and the other half of the album is like a completely different vibe as well.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really interesting to me, but I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I thought it's a good album. And obviously when we get into like the meanings and that as well, I'll talk about what I like and stuff like that then. But
Yeah, and there's
um,
one thing you said as well that reminded me of something. I'm not sure if you remember, but it's like in the summer, like July time, and it's when they first announced their next album was going to be like self-produced and stuff. And they live streamed a meeting, and I can't remember who said it, but they're like, we want to be able to distract people from like obviously this year, the pandemic and stuff, but we don't want to like patronize them and tell them it's all going to be okay. So
yeah,
when
yeah,
you're
yeah.
like half's one vibe, half one's the other, it kind of reminded me of that,
Mm,
yeah, sort of thing.
yeah, yeah. It's really good. It's got a lot of different emotions in and like emotions played out musically differently as well. Like it might have a sad meaning, but it's got a happy beat and stuff like that. And then sometimes there's a sad song that does sound quite sad. So
Mm.
that's interesting as well. But we'll get into that. So that's my that was my first like impression of the album when I listened to it the first time. Um so yeah, let's start with talking about Life Goes On, which is obviously like the title track of the album and what they did the music video on. We got producer, director, Jungkook. Let's go
Let's
right
go,
now.
Daisy. We
Let's
love
go.
that.
We love that. Director Nim. Let's go. Um, yeah. I mean, obviously, I said like I started listening to the song and then realized I wanted to watch the music video. Um, it wasn't the music video wasn't what I was expecting. I don't know if that's what you thought. Have you seen it yet?
Yeah, I've seen the video.
Okay, good, good, good. I don't know what you thought to the music video because when I was watching or I read on Twitter that Jimin had said something like it's quite. I'm sure someone said like it was dark or it had a a mood to it. So I was thinking like, or maybe he said something like it's like nothing we've filmed before or something. So
Mm.
I was expecting like I don't know, fake love on crack or some shit. So I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't that music video.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's how you felt, but
No, yeah, because when it definitely wasn't dark for me, it was quite like soft and like
mm-mm.
emotional and stuff. But I feel like in a way they haven't really done a music video like that before. Like it's kind of
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
reminiscent of like I don't know, I Need You and Run era with like the nostalgia and the youth and stuff, but it's like
Yeah.
much different because obviously
Mm.
there's themes of like staying home, and obviously with the pandemic as well, it's how they're dealing with
Yeah.
that like feeling of isolation. And you can tell like it's got Jungkook's directorness, that's not a
Yeah.
word, but you know what I mean on it, because it is really like quite,
Directorial view. I something like
yes,
that.
something like that, because it's quite vulnerable, and it's like there's bits where he's filming and I really like how they were cut in. So but yeah, it's quite subtle, I would say, in comparison to their other videos.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was nice that it's just about them. And the thing that was quite sad that someone pointed out quite a few times that I didn't realize on the first watch, because I was more like thinking about how it was filmed and like what was going on. But they you see Tae's driving and he looks at the stadium. You know, the stadium they always perform at. Um, and they're like it cuts from Tay looking out the window, then it cuts to the stadium, and it cuts back to Tay's face. And I thought, oh, that's so sad, because it also shows like at the end of the day, like all these celebrities are still people as well, and like their whole job and career has literally just been robbed from the thing that they enjoy has been robbed from them because of the pandemic at the minute. And it's like they don't get to see or thank or enjoy what they're doing and the fans. So I thought that was really sad. Um, but it was cute as well. Like they filmed partly in the dorm as
Yeah.
well, and I think there's a clip in there. Namjoon spraying his bonsai, so cute.
Honestly, I love that. I really do. It's just like because everyone's been forced, like you said, celebrities have had their main job taken away from them, so they've been forced to like stay in their home, and you see people taking on hobbies and stuff. So seeing that side to them that we wouldn't
Yeah,
usually see is really
yeah,
like refreshing and just nice to see.
yeah. It was very wholesome, and then obviously the bit where it zooms in on Jin's face and it zooms out, and they're like performing,
Hmm.
but there's nobody there. And that kind of someone was saying like that reminded them of like the recent concert they did, the online concert. It was so. And I saw did you see that edit I sent to our group chat? And
With
it
the
was like
armies,
you can hear the armies, and someone added armies into that part, and I was like,
you was crying. She sent me a pic and she
ah!
was just sobbing. Oh my god,
I was like, why? Why would someone edit that? That's horrible.
these people are cruel.
I know,
Mad.
but it is sad because it's like that's I don't know. It's like a spring day, isn't it? It's like another spring day. Like
Yeah,
spring day and life goes on. They sit at the same table. That's for sure.
they really do. They sit at the same table for lunch. They're just twins because it's about spring day is kind of like missing your friend in it. So, and
Mm,
obviously life goes on. It's like you have to live on, but we're missing so out on so much now because of this
mm.
pandemic. Yeah. So it's like a bittersweet. It's happy but sad at the same time.
Yeah, it's like obviously life has stopped right now, but it will go on.
Mm.
And also in it, there's some lyrics that basically like talk about even though everything's changing right now, the relationship with armies will never change. I was like, I'm tired.
Literally.
So
Yeah.
it's definitely one of my more favorited songs on the album. I feel like the title track you always love, like it's special. The title track's always special on an album. But yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was like I feel like it's different to a lot. It just sounds different to a lot of the stuff they've made before. I just felt like Jimin's voice in it as well, especially when it says like an echo in the forest. That's like my favorite bit.
Yeah.
It's just, and then with the guitar, and it's really soft.
Yeah. It's really soft. It feels like quite nostalgic to me.
Mm,
And I feel like that's an overarching theme for the whole album. And what you said earlier as well with their voices, I feel like all their voices have really like changed and evolved this album as well.
mm,
But yeah, no, it's just really soft. Yeah.
it is, yeah. Um, so shall we go through the songs, what we
Yes.
think, and I'll also like have some information written down about some of them. So obviously we start with Life Goes On as the first track. The second track is Fly to My Room, which is a subunit of Tae, Jimin, Yoongi, and Hozak. That is right, yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine. That is correct. And it's, do you know what the song's about? Have you thought deep into it? Have you looked the lyrics up?
Not
We
properly
have
deep.
got the lyrics.
Yeah, let's get the lyrics.
So let's go. There it is on my computer.
Okay.
So I'm not sure who produced this. I didn't get all the details for this one, but I'm pretty sure Namjoon did. Or well, at least Namjoon spoke about what it was about and stuff. So like the whole idea is about like this room, and like it's, you know, it's a small room, um, and it's just kind of being about like being stuck.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like the idea of like quarantine and isolating, which we've all, I think everyone in the world has experienced now. Um, so it's like the song is about the idea of not being able to go out other than your room. Um, and it talks about the feelings of emptiness and the frustrations of not being able to go outside. So your room becomes your own little world.
Yeah.
The what did I write? The beginning, starting to appreciate little things in life. So like, oh, so like obviously because you're stuck in your little room, you start to appreciate all those little things,
Mm.
and like feeling brand new. So that's kind of what the song's about. I like the vibe of this song.
Yeah.
It's,
Like,
I don't feel like it's completely sad, but it's like it's got a bit of a like, ooh.
yeah, literally with the lyrics, it hits you when you realize like that's what it's about. I
Mm.
feel like when I first listened to it, I didn't listen to it with the lyrics. So I was kind of like, oh, this is a bop. This is about like
Yeah,
vibe.
yeah, yeah.
But then you look and you're like, shit. But
It's that. Ding, ding, ooh. It's good.
literally
It's got a little.
a little vibe
It's
to
not
it.
the vibe.
But yeah, I feel like the lyrics, like you said, it's kind of like appreciating the little things in your room, but then feeling trapped at the same time.
Mm.
So yeah, there was one lyric that really stood out to me. Let me look if I can find it. It's like, this room feels too small to contain my dream. And
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, it's just sad because although you're noticing all the beauty in it, you wish you was back in real life. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Obviously, like we're going through that again, which, you know, in the UK we're in our second lockdown now, and I just feel like it's going to go longer than the 4 weeks that they've said. I just kind of feel like at the minute, like it's I feel like it's manageable because we've done it before, but it's just like tiring to be stuck again, to be able to do nothing.
mm-hmm.
And obviously I take my fitness quite seriously, so the gyms are closed, and it's like I have to relearn again, like everything, you know, how to work out inside. And it's just like that, obviously that idea of like containment and confinement. um but again, like obviously like having to appreciate the things around you, and that's what you have to do to get through it, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like that kind of feeling is reflected in the music. Now, like, I'm no music producer or know anything about music production,
Go
but
off.
like, the kind of like the flow of like the backing track is very like slow, but like happy. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like
Mm.
you just plodding along because what else can you do? That's what the
It's
song
kind
kind
of
of,
hopeful as well, isn't it, in a little way?
yeah,
Like it's not a completely sad song, because like the whole idea of it is like finding like enjoyment and peace and all these things through rediscovering yourself and what you can do in this confinement.
yeah,
um so yeah, I it's not my favorite song on on the album, but I really enjoyed the beat on it. It is really good. I like it. And I think all the voices work really well on it together.
yeah. I was gonna say, I think it's a really interesting like choice for subunits, like them four together.
Yeah.
I think it's really good. Yeah, I would say it is one of my favorites. I really like it. Like,
Oh, go off.
it's a little pick me up. even though it's quite sad, I like the vibe of it. So
Okay. So the next track on the album is Blue and Grey, which is probably the saddest song on the album. And this was actually, do you know who it was produced by?
no,
So this song was actually produced by Taeyong, and it was meant to be on his own mixtape.
oh my
Yeah.
god. Oh.
So the song itself is about the internal emotions of anxieties and depression, and it has to do with the feeling of like being burnt out. And it was also inspired by Namjoon talking about how the world seems grey. So obviously, like the colors reflect like like tears and depression and sadness, and that's kind of like why it's like blue and grey, and like the world is grey. So I'll get the lyrics up as well. Oh my god, I have accidentally renamed the file.
Oh no.
Oh my god. Right. So it's like starts off straight away with like very sad vibes. Like the first line is "Where's my angel?" So it's already gonna be sad. You know what I mean?
Just straight off the bat,
Straight off the bat, it's gonna be sad.
sad vibes.
It is very sad. And I I really like this song. I think it's really. I felt like when I listened to this song, this is exactly how I felt. Not just in lockdown, but like the past year that I've been going through things and working on myself and whatever. Like, I felt like this is a real true reflection of all the emotions I felt throughout this whole year.
Mm.
Um, which is just interesting that obviously there's other people feeling the same as well. Um, what was I going to say? Just gone. Just head empty, no thoughts.
No thoughts.
But yeah, there's a proper gloominess about this song. But I don't know, it's really beautiful though, even though it's so sad.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's like the vulnerability in it, like it's so honest and so raw.
Mm.
Like it's a bit heartbreaking because yeah, I listened to this song once the first time I listened to this album, and I haven't listened to it again because it really like made me so emotional. It came on again this morning. I was like, no, I'm not doing this morning because it's just like I don't want to cry right now. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah, there was one lyric that really, really hit me, and it's like, "Don't just say you're okay because it's not okay." And it doesn't sound that deep, but it's kind of just like they're not trying to cheer us up. They're not just like,
Mm.
"Oh, here's our album, here's our song, we're gonna make you happy." It's like they're saying, "This is like they're accepting that we're in a really crap
Mm.
situation, and it's okay to embrace that and feel sad."
Mm.
That's kind of what it meant to me. Yeah.
Yeah. I think my favorite part, just uh, in terms of like sound and like vocals, is the
Mm.
bit where it says, "I just want to be happy." I love
Mm.
that line when they sing it. It's really lovely, and I'm pretty sure on this one, is it this song? I can't remember. I didn't write it down. I'm sure it's this song where Namjoon was saying like how amazing um the rapping style was on this song, because it wasn't like rap. It was like it fit the song, because obviously if you do a really sad, slow kind of song and then you have rap on it, it's just gonna juxtapose
Yeah.
and not fit. But they were like everything on this fits really well. Um, but yeah, I really, really, really like this song, and it is one of my favorites on the album.
Mm.
I don't know, it's sad, but it's just really beautiful. It's like circle of life, isn't it? Like we all die. It's like that kind of idea, like we all die, but isn't it beautiful that we all live? Do you know what I mean? It's that
Yeah.
kind of sad thing. Do you know, it's something.
That's a really deep saying. Like, wow, that
Oh,
just made me my life flashed before my eyes real quick. I was like,
oh my god.
oh my god, no, but it's true. It is really, really beautiful. Like the message behind it. So yeah, I see why it's one of your favorites.
Yeah. Okay, so moving on from something so sad, we move on to the skit. Now, I do have it. Let me get it up. So I read this. I had all the lyrics up when I listened to the album the first time. Um, but basically, this is just them all coming together and talking about how they got number one on Billboard. Let's go. Bitch.
Yes.
Yes. So they're just like what were they doing, and where were they? And Namjoon keeps going, I messaged you all and I wasn't getting any
Where
replies.
you at?
And then Yoongi was like, I'm sorry, I was crying. Yoongi also swears on this track, but it's bleeped out.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, release the original track
Uncensored immediately.
uncensored right now. So yeah, I'm not going to say it's nothing special, but that is pretty much the overarching vibe of this. And the reason I actually love this a lot is just because of Hozok's laugh in it. He just has such an infectious laugh.
Literally.
And he laughs on the track, and he always claps when he's like laughing as well. So yeah, and obviously there's like mention of like not having to get any birthday gifts now, because basically around the time it was Jungkook's and Namjoon's birthday, so they were like, this is a good enough birthday present for you all.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's just wholesome, isn't it?
It
Um,
is. Yeah. I think it's really nice to see their reactions. It's really nice that they shared it, especially like
mm,
in the album following when it happened.
mm,
Because, yeah, it's just so honest. Like, that's how I would react if I got number one on Billboard as well. It's not like they just put out there, thank you, and then left it. It
yeah,
just shows a human side to them. It's really
it,
nice.
it's also really interesting as well because I think they were practicing for their online concert or something at the time.
Oh, okay.
Um, it must have been because they were practicing No More Dream, like No More Dreams, like, so that's what they were practicing.
Oh, is that what they're
Um,
talking about it in there?
yeah, they talk about it because they were like, we were practicing it when it happened. So it's like, isn't it so ironic that like the song where they're like, they want all these things, and then they get number one on Billboard. So it all comes like full circle. So that's really nice. I thought that was nice.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, that's kind of the theme of the skit. But like at first I was kind of like, oh, there's a skit on the album, because not that I'm going to say it's a skip track, but it's like I just feel like, oh, I know they make all these amazing songs, and I'm like, damn, is this like, what is this going to be? But it's not. It's like a little, something to like look back on, isn't it? And like
Yeah.
go, oh, how amazing was that experience for them?
Mhm. I
So
think
yeah,
the skit, like, it's nice for fans, but it's also nice for them to put that in the album and then be able
mm,
to look back like in years' times and see their reaction. But yeah, I will say that I'm not like a massive fan of skits, but I appreciate why they're in the album. I just see why
mm,
they're there. But yeah, just when it comes on and like you say you're working out, you're cooking or something, you can't really
yeah,
bop to it. And also,
yeah, yeah,
you know what I mean, international
yeah,
fans as well, because we can't understand it. Like I wouldn't just play it like when I'm walking out and about, but I do appreciate it and I think it's
yeah.
good that they put it in there. So yeah.
So moving on to what number are we on? I can't remember. Anyway, we're moving on to Telepathy. Do you know who this was produced by?
No, who was it?
This was produced by Yoongi and was actually an older song of his, but they decided to bring it back because of the meaning. So the whole song is about this idea of their happiness when they're going to meet their fans, and they hope that they can meet us again. Um, and it's a bop. You know what? I was thinking about it. Yeah, I listened to it and I was like, why does this sound like? Why does it have a certain vibe to it? And I feel like Telepathy and 13430, is that correct? Yeah, they sit at the same
Check it
table.
out.
I know, I'm checking my tattoo. They sit at the same table. They've got the same kind of like it's a little. It's like do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Go off, Queen. We love that.
Oh,
They've got like the same kind of I don't know how to describe it, but it's like a little funky.
yeah, it's funk. It's like there's like a funk to it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's really unique. Yeah, I just think it's a
So
really good song.
it's got you straight away. You know the first few beats, and there's a video going around of Yoongi um in the SOP. I don't know what it's called, and he's producing a track, and it's actually this track. because they confirmed it on their like live that they did when their album came out. Um, but yeah, so it's just a lovely song. This is where the album kind of goes from like, you know, sad, deep. Well, not that the rest songs aren't deep, but like it feels sad. It's got a melancholy or a gloom to it, and it goes to like a more upbeat and um youthful kind of vibe to it. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's just good, isn't it?
It is just really good. And like you said earlier, it's about like meeting their fans one day. It just clicked for me, the title, telepathy. I couldn't
Yeah,
say it.
telepathy.
So it's like
Yeah,
we're kind of like telepathically,
you're talking
yeah, yeah,
like we're connected
mm,
still, even though
still
that we're
connected. They always put that hashtag on their
yeah.
lives, in it. Yeah.
But no, it's just nice. Like the lyrics are just nice as well. Um, you know, talking about the sea and like let's enjoy it together and the moments together and even though we may be apart for the time being, like, you know, even if you're not by my side, you know, we're still connected, you know, like telepathy. Um it's just nice. It's just a good vibe. It's not like a spring day kind of I miss you, but it's like a bop in like, come on, we're gonna be together again someday soon. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
it is.
it's just it's a bop.
Yeah, it's about it cheers you up a bit as well. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it
pick up.
takes you from like the heaviness that you feel when you listen to the first half, and then you're like, okay, we can see each other again, and we'll get through that.
Yeah.
So it's just a good vibe. Oh my god, I need to go. Okay,
Oh,
so the next song on the track is Dis-ease, which is like a play on words that I read about. So it's a bit like hangry, like hungry and angry. It's like disease is like something that makes you sick, but also like dis-ease, like discomfort.
right.
It's like a
Okay.
play on both those words as well.
Mm.
Um, so this was the song that Hozark accidentally leaked part of in a live when he was yeah, this is that song. So he accidentally like you could hear it in the live, but you didn't think you could. Um, but yeah, so I think this was a Hozark produced song. Um, however, I think Jimin wrote the bridge or the chorus for this. I can't remember which one it is. I couldn't find it. And guess how long it took him to write?
How long? You're gonna say like 2 seconds.
3 minutes. 3 minutes. Jimin wrote it in 3 minutes.
Bruh,
And it's the best part of
imagine.
the song.
It is. Imagine being talented. That's crazy.
Henna, it's crazy. I can't relate. Um, but yeah, so the whole idea of the song is it's kind of got a couple of different things going on here that I've read about. So like the song is about the disease of your own profession and how you overcome those difficulties. And in the panel they do with all the not presenters, like interviewers and stuff. You know, when they have all like news reporters.
At press
Uh,
conference.
yeah, it's the press conference. He said at the press conference that it's how you know he felt anxious and uneasy taking a break from work,
Mm.
and it's kind of talking about that and like obviously like the disease of your own profession, like because they had to take a break from their work because of COVID, but it made them feel uneasy and they didn't know how to navigate that. So it kind of talks about those kind of ideas, and also there's a lot of play on words in it, like Korean and English. So like in Namjoon's chorus he talks about being ill, which is sick, but then the way it's written in uh what's it called, Hangul,
Yeah.
yeah, it's pronounced, it's like work but it's pronounced ill, like sick. So
Right.
it's like a play on like work and being sick, and it's just really interesting. They always RM always does that sort of stuff. He did it in Love as well.
Yeah.
um but yeah, so it's got good vibes. It's a very Hobie song, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not that bop, it's a Hobie bop.
Yeah.
So, you know, and then the vocal line on it in the chorus and the bridges are just pops.
Yes.
Pops
Is
off.
this the song where there's like sick and tired? I love that bit where they do like that after I think it's the bridge. Jungkook's focus on that. Just like I'm shook every time. I just love the way he sings that line.
It's
But
so,
yeah,
yeah.
very pop and fun. And even though it's like, it's not a sad song, but it's kind of deep, like talking about, like you said, their work and stuff. And it kind of made me like think as well, but they're so like uncomfortable because their work is literally their life. So when they
Mm,
stop doing that, then of course they're going to feel like uncomfort. So
mm.
yeah, that's my thoughts. But
I really like the part in the song where obviously in English it's like dis to dis to dis ease, but it's like but. I don't know what obviously the Korean is, but it's like it's something like that begins with B is how
yeah,
it's spelled. And they do the same with fear. Um which obviously is just it's a great play on words like disease and disease and disease. Um which it's just genius who because obviously you've got to make that work in like the Korean as well when they're singing it. So obviously like Namjoon playing on that idea in Hangul as well was really good. Um so yeah, brilliant. I think it's very genius.
yeah, really,
uh,
really
That
genius.
one.
And when I saw the track list as well, I was kind of really curious to see what the song was about.
I thought it was gonna be sad as hell.
Literally, and when it was like disease, I thought it was going to be like talking about like actual diseases and like this
Mhm.
pandemic. But yeah, that wouldn't have been a bot. So I'm glad it's this because it's a bot.
It's kind of done like the Truth Untold, but the opposite. Like when we all saw the Truth Untold feature Steve Aoki, we were like, it's gonna be a banger, it's gonna slap. And then it was the saddest song ever written by BTS. So, um, yeah, it kind of did the opposite. We're like expecting this to be really sad, but actually, I mean, obviously, it is sad, like the idea of like, but it's a bop. Anyway, case closed. Period.
Period.
Facts. Case closed. Um, the final song that we'll get really into is obviously Stay. Do you know who produced this song?
I saw it on Twitter this morning. It's Jungkook, right?
Yes. So
Yeah,
this song was actually meant to be on Jungkook's mixtape. Um, so yeah, another one. Obviously, we've got Your Eyes Tell, which is on the Japanese album, and then you've got Stay. So this basically, there's not much to say about what it means, other than the fact this is about how obviously we are physically apart right now, but we will always be together, which
yeah,
is obviously very Jungkook of him. So obviously stays like light EDM. I read. I know
yeah.
nothing about like talking about genres. I'm terrible. Everyone's like, this is like hip hop and this is like pop rock, and I'm like, what?
Literally.
Anyway, it's like EDM, and it's kind of like I would actually like to see like a DJ remix this.
Oh yeah,
I think this song. I mean, it already is like almost a club song, but I think if a DJ played around with it a bit more as well, I think it would be like you could get this playing in a club and people would not know this is BTS.
they
Don't you
literally
think?
100%. Like even this version, when I first listened to it, I was thinking it's giving me Ibiza, it's giving me
Yeah.
Coachella, it's giving me club vibes. So yeah, definitely. Like the drop itself, it's better than like Chainsmokers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Facts.
It's just so good. So yeah, that would be interesting to like have an even bigger
I
DJ.
think it could be like I think it's like you could turn it up a bit, you know, like for like an actual club, or you could turn up certain bits of the beats and the drops and stuff, and it would like just smash clubs. Um, it's just again, obviously, this is a subunit. It's Jin, Jungkook, and Namjoon, and yeah, I don't know. It's just interesting. Like, I wasn't expecting this, to be honest. Apparently the song was all meant to be in English, or that's how it was written anyway. So I don't know if that's how if Jungkook. Obviously, it's Jungkook's song, so I don't know if he wrote it all in English at first. Um, but yeah.
Yeah.
So
I would like be interested to hear that all in English if it that there was a demo, wasn't it? But I would say this is one of my favorite songs on the album.
Is it?
Yeah, like it's weird. I feel like because I haven't listened to the whole album a lot, and then maybe as time goes on, it
Things
might
might
change.
change.
But at the minute, just the vibe of it and like the build up and the verses, and I feel like Jungkook, Jin, and Namjoon's voices together are a really nice blend. Like they really bounce well off each other. It's just a vibe.
There is one part that makes me laugh. There's one line. Do you know what the line is that makes me laugh every time I hear it?
Is it 7G?
Yeah. It just makes me laugh. I don't know why. Every time I'm listening, it's like we connect to 7G. I'm like, yo, I've only got 4G. Where you at? Like, but that line really reminded me of like the online concert. Because you know how high tech it had to be. No. So I'm like, damn, they on 7G. I'm telling you. But no, yeah, I like this album. I like the it's like stay. I like when it's like getting ready to, the next couple of lines.
Yeah, and then with RM's line in between that as well, that really hypes me up. I was like, the ones where your chest just you're going.
Yeah, it's good. I wasn't expecting that kind of vibe on. It kind of is almost a bit like So What. It's got like So What vibes. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's got that, like you can see it in a concert, and it's like when the beat drops and then like things like explode and there'll be like glitter everywhere and the lights will be going mad on the army bombs, and you can just like see how it would work on in a concert.
Yeah, I saw a tweet as well. Someone edited the song over like a So What video at the concert.
Did you?
Yeah, not me, but someone on Twitter, and I was like, oof.
Yeah. That would be good.
It would be good.
But yeah, that's obviously we've got another song, which is obviously Dynamite on the album, which we should all know by now. Which was their it's not a debut song. What would you call it? Is it a debut song? It's like the song they brought out first, isn't it?
Yeah.
To promote. Yeah. Basically to promote. And the whole song basically is just a feel-good song that they made for armies in a time of hardship. Is pretty much how I summed it up. And it's a bop. We all know it. We all love it. If you don't know it by now, and the 18 remixes that BTS made for it, then where have you been?
Literally, I don't know for you if you don't know that song. Like, come on.
Even my mum knows that song. Like, come on.
My G.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My G. So yeah, I think it's a really interesting album. Oh, my butt cheeks are killing me, by the way. This pillow is not giving my supple bum the protection and support it needs right now. No. But yeah. So how many 8 tracks? I said, yeah. So it's a good amount, but I just feel like it goes quite fast. I think obviously because you've got the skit in between as well. I feel like it's quite a short album, but I think it sums up quite well like the different emotions that people have been feeling this year.
Yeah, definitely, I agree. It's a good reflection of this year and how our generation are feeling as well. But I would also say, even though it's quite short, because essentially it's 6 new tracks, because we know Dynamite and then one's a skit, but for their first fully self-produced album, it's really good job. I think they've done so well.
Yeah, I think they've done really well. Obviously, they all had different parts to play. Taehyung was doing the visuals, and Jungkook obviously did all the directing for the music video and editing. And then you've got obviously the producers and the songwriters, which are mainly Yoongi, Hoseok, Namjoon, and then obviously you've got Jimin, who was their manager, kind of.
Yeah, project manager.
Project manager, yeah. So he went around and took everyone's ideas and all that jazz.
Yeah. I kind of want to get a physical copy, get my hands and see the actual photos and stuff. Have you? Oh, go off, my G. I love that.
I got paid literally yesterday and I've spent all my money already.
Bro. Do you know what?
Listen, I had to have my car MOT'd and serviced, and that was £222. So don't come at me.
I will not come at you, but that's got to hurt. Crazy.
do be right. And then I bought some more gym clothes, and then I bought some protein bars. So all my money gone.
Do what you
Let's
got
not
to
talk about
do.
it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
No.
No. But yeah, I want to see what it looks like, because I've seen like some of the stuff on Twitter of like people have shown the photos and stuff, but I don't actually know like what it looks like. Because it's just like one version, isn't there? There's not like 3 different versions.
Oh yeah, there's not, is there? Yeah.
Yeah, well, not to my knowledge anyway. If there is, then it's a best kept secret since, I don't know, sliced bread. But yeah, so I'll be interested to see what it's like. I ordered it off Weverse shop instead of Amazon because it was cheaper on Weverse.
What's going on?
I don't know, mate. That's what I don't know.
I might have a look. I might do a little.
Listen, you've got a big paycheck, so you
Bruh.
can buy. You should have bought me one.
And your Christmas present, go off.
Go off.
Yes, I want to see what it looks like, and I just think that. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. Now my mind's gone.
Our brain cells gone, none left.
Literally, sorry.
Sorry, everyone. All of them are gone. Every single one. We don't even share one anymore.
We don't.
That's gone.
Oh, I was gonna ask. Yeah. So, what are your like, just off the top of your head, from what you listened to so far, top 3? Go.
Blue and Grey.
Okay.
Dissies. And then after that, I'd probably say Life Goes On, or it would be Telepathy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a good choice. I like
I know
that.
my top two are definitely Blue and Grey and Dissies. Go on then. You're gonna die in 10 seconds if you don't answer. 3, 2, 1. Top 3.
Stay, Telepathy, Fly to My Room.
Mad. We both have like the complete opposite favorites, which is really interesting. That's nice though, because I feel like obviously they cover not a massively broad spectrum of ideas, but they cover a few different ideas and stuff. So it's like obviously what people relate to and understand and love more through this lockdown and this year. People are like picking onto the songs that they relate to and stuff.
Exactly. I feel like it covers all like phases of like quarantine life, because we've all been through it. Like we're going through a second one, and like we had like banana veg phase, and like where we're just really sad and like feeling productive and enjoying it. So I feel like the album's like a good.
It's a good mix of the different phases. Yeah. I like that. That's nice. Yeah. I obviously am not saying Dynamite because it's just because like obviously. Listen, I've listened to Dynamite 100 million times now, and I'm just like, I want to break from it. Not in a bad way, but like, I want to enjoy the rest of the album at the minute, and then like, bring her back in.
Yeah. Like
it's a bit like it's like DNA. Listen, I stopped listening to DNA for a good while. You know, there was like a whole year I didn't listen to DNA, and then I've fallen back in love with her. It's just because she was played so much, and it was like the only song that anyone wanted to listen to when it came to BTS. I'm like, no, they've got loads of songs.
Skip.
I just want to be appreciated. That was me at BTS. Like, come on, just appreciate them, please.
Literally, honestly, literally. But yeah, Dynamite and their 20,000 remix is like, it is a really good song, but she's had her time to shine.
She's had her time to shine, but now it's just time for her to take a seat back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Chill. Oh my god. But yeah, that's the album. In terms of tracks, obviously we don't have a physical album yet. I didn't order an album. I was going to pre-order one, but then I was like, I don't know what version to get, and obviously there's one version, so I clown myself a little bit. But hey, what can you do?
Exactly.
What can you do?
How are we supposed to know as well? They didn't say. We're just assuming.
Listen, one thing I will criticize is their like scheduling, and like usually they give like a schedule, don't they? They're like, this is gonna drop on this day. They didn't have that this time. I was like, what's going on? Every day I'll be like going to work or coming home from work, and there'll be something there, and I'll be like, oh my god, just calm down.
Yeah, like with Map of the Soul 7, They had a timetable, and I was like, this is good.
Oh.
I can schedule when
And it
I'm
wasn't
going
your
home.
background on your phone.
Yeah, I was like, so I know what's dropping when. I can be home then. Do you know what I mean? But this time it's just like, oh, here's a teaser. Here's a the video with all the rooms and stuff. And I was like, what? Do you know what I mean?
What's going on?
Yeah, but maybe that was something to do with the self-production. Like they were focused on more things, and they didn't really do too much with the marketing.
If they just wanted some tips from me,
from Lucy, the marketing extraordinaire.
Exactly. We all said I should have worked for Big Hit. This is my time to shine. Listen. If they want to employ me to do this, I'll do it. But we need a schedule. So yeah, that's the only thing. Like, it's really the smallest thing ever. But I'd love a schedule next time, just because it's so much easier. Especially like, I suppose I wonder if they thought like people aren't doing much these days.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you can have it when you get it. But no, it's just that's the only thing that was stressful about it. It's like I'll be at work and someone's like, "Oh my god, have you seen this?" I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, literally. I feel like the whole project was a lot more chill though, so maybe it's that as well. Like it wasn't a massive production like On or what's before On Boy with Love. It was just very chill.
Or Answer or Tear.
Yeah, so I feel like that's part of it. But
yeah. That's it.
That's it, baby.
That's the album. That's B. That B, baby. I'm telling you, the next album's gonna be called Beyonce.
Please imagine. This is what we need. That's the only thing that's gonna save 2021.
Honestly.
Oh god. Okay.
Anyway,
so those were.
Brings us to the end, doesn't it?
It does. It brings us to the end of this episode. Those were our thoughts on BTS's new album. They probably will change and develop over time as we learn like new theories and like have new songs and stuff. But yeah, that's it currently. But I guess we'll jump right into the final segment of our episodes where we shout out or spread awareness on an issue. And today I wanted to talk just quickly about the climate crisis that's happening in the Philippines. So you might have seen this on social media, but in the past month, the Philippines have been hit by 4 typhoons and hundreds of thousands of people have been affected and displaced. Like neighborhoods have been like completely destroyed. And yeah, it's just really devastating. So one of the typhoons, I'm going to pronounce this wrong, but it's Typhoon Ulises. Yeah. That poured a month's worth of rain into the metro of Manila in 24 hours. So, yeah, it's really crazy. But there's so much going on there. So I'm going to put a bunch of links as a card link. There's also the Youth Advocates for Climate Action in Philippines websites. They're doing a lot of work. I'm going to put all that in the description so you can donate and like learn more if you want to find out. But yeah.
That's it. That's the end of our episode.
It is.
You want to share your thoughts with us, or if you want to tell us what your favourite song on the album is, or any of that jazz, head over to our socials on Twitter and Instagram, wakeup_podcast. I think that's it from us this week.
It is. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting so far. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to share it, like the video, and support us on Spotify and other podcast platforms. All the links will be in the description. And yeah, we will see you in the next one.
Next time. Bye. Bye.